Over the last couple of months, I've been noticing Leo, and Leo is right here in this little stump. This is a piece of tree that was cut down, and I noticed that it had a hollow spot underneath and a little entrance there, and I could create a little cavity underneath here for different reptiles to go and feel comfortable and hide. So Leo is my 5-year-old Hypo Boa right there. He typically, from a young snake, grew up in my snake closet, and where I just let boas free roam. And he's done really well in there for the past 5 years. But in the last couple of months, he has just been showing me signs at night that he really wants out of the room. He sits there and waits at the bottom of the door on the floor and just sits there and kind of bumps into the door all night long. And so I open the door and he eagerly starts to go out the door. So clearly he is wanting out the door. He knows there's a door there and he wants out to go to what's on the other side of the door. So I let him roam this whole room that this large 8x5 pen that I've built, custom built for my tegu lizards. And they're not in here right now, of course, because they can't live together. They would kill Leo and hurt him to the point that he would die. So I have him in here, and he's by himself. But immediately when I put him in here, he goes straight to this little hole, and he hangs out, and he'll sit comfortably, for a few days. I haven't gone much longer than a few days, but he sits in this hole, so he's very, very happy. He's not trying to get out. He's not trying to go anywhere. So, conclusion is that he's pretty happy in this open cage. Does he want away from the other 3 boas that I have in there? That's a possibility. Does he like having his own space? That's a possibility. Does he like the temperature and humidity and the layout of this cage better than what I have in the closet? That's a possibility. He is a big climber, and but in here he can't climb, so he is acting like a more ground boa. And from my voice, he's hiding. He's going back over here to get away from my voice. But I have a rodent. It's about time for him to be fed. The snakes can't eat together at all, and so they have to be separated. So this is a perfect time. So I may have to transition to letting him hang out and this becoming his full-time enclosure. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the other 2 tegus that I have, but this would be a cage for him and maybe one of my other boas, like Manny, my male. Leo's a male Hypo Boa, and Manny is my male Nicaraguan boa. So he's in there. This is his sweet spot. This is his little home. This is what he likes. He's comfortable in here. So I'm just going to get a rodent and feed him real quick and just bring you along on the video. Come out, Leo. Come on. Come on, Leo. Come out. All right. This is a medium rat. This is what Leo eats now. This is a pretty good size. We're just going to have a little bit of fun. But when you have a little bit more fun, there's an opportunity to make mistakes and take a bite when you kind of mess around with reptiles. See, he's just thinking this brush that I have is food. But he is smelling now because I brought a rodent into the room. So he's on high alert. So I don't want to get bit again today. So we're not going to really play around with him. We're going to just give him his food and let him go in there and digest it. But you can see his curve in his body. That gives him distance to strike out and catch what in nature, if he's hiding in a stump and a rat walks by, he can strike out and get it really quickly. But we're gonna let him do that. I just always think it's fun to kind of make it interesting for their food. Oh my gosh, that's always so scary. Oh shoot, be careful. Oh, there it goes. It dropped off my tongs. But he's gonna get that rodent really dirty. I tried to dry it off. It's a frozen thawed rodent. But there it is. He's gonna eat that now and probably take it down into what I call his lair. A monster's lair. So here we go. Fast forward. Real quick, I think the point of my video here is that if you have a reptile and they're constantly trying to get out of where you have them, and they don't obviously like the environment that you've prepared for them, even though it's a good environment, it seems proper, it's the right temperature, it's the right humidity, you got logs and substrate, and you got rocks, and you got everything, it seems right, but the snake or the lizard is always trying to cruise the glass and get out. It makes sense that they're not happy in there. So maybe, just like me, try and provide them where they want to go and where they'll be happy. And we just don't know what that is, but it looks like Leo is happy in here. He's more happy in this environment than what I had him in and what I thought he needed. So he wants something that I don't know, and in here he's getting it. So maybe that's a consideration that more of us need to take into mind, is that they know what they want, and we provide them different places for them to go, and where they go and they choose to go more often, then that's the environment that we need to provide for them more often. So what I have to do about twice a day is a water bottle. I have to pump this. This thing is always running out of water because how much water it takes to moisten the cage this size down. Then I spray and moisten the cage down. Keeps the dust down too, because the dust is really bad in my house. But this keeps it moist. Just makes it easier to maintain the dust, like I mentioned. Keeps humidity up. He likes it a lot, obviously, in here. Gotta be careful because he can launch out of that hole about 1.5 feet. So if my hand's over here, he can launch out and easily get my hand. So I just need to be careful. He's flicking his tongue, but he just ate, so he can easily get confused on what's my hand and what's food. But I'm just luring him out so you can see him. He will now rest his head for how many days he rests right up around that edge right there. Keep his body, all his body, his almost nearly 5-foot body under the log here. So it's hidden, but he keeps his head out so he can watch and smell. It's like the perfect little trap. A little trap door, little safe spot, but he can see food walking by and jump out and latch onto it and get it. Well, that's my video. This is Leo, my Hypo Boa. About 5 years ago, I got from Snakes at Sunset in Miami. I saw him there and placed the order, got him shipped to my house. He was only about 1.5 feet long when I got him, and now he is just short of 5 feet. That's probably the biggest he's going to grow. So that is Leo, L-E-O. Awesome snake. But I say that about all my snakes. I love them all a whole bunch. Thanks for watching. Tune in for more videos on my boas and my tegus, veiled chameleon, and occasionally my black baby milk snakes. Bye-bye. Have a good night. Great day. Bye-bye.